Hello friends. In today's video we are going to talk about a very important topic of Java, which is function interface and lambda expressions with the help of some examples. So let's get started. So what is lambda expression and why do we need it? So first point is lambda expression is used to provide implementation of function interface. So what is function interface? Function interface is an interface which has only one abstract method, for example, runnable interface in multithreading. Third point, lambda expression provides a way to do more concise and clear coding. We will understand this point with the help of examples in next slide. So fourth point, lambda expression is a way to enable functional programming. Fifth point, functional programming is a way of thinking in terms of behavior, not in terms of objects and classes like we do in the Java. Okay, so let's move to example. So if you see in this example on the left side, we have an interface A which has an abstract method B, and we are trying to provide the implementation of this B in the main method. So if you see, this is the earlier way of providing the implementation. We are trying to create an anonymous class and we are trying to provide implementation. So if you see on the right side, we have lambda expression which is also used to provide the implementation of a functional interface. So if you see, this is like has less lines of code. This is more concise and clear. Okay. So this is the second example of lambda expression. So if you see in the highlighted area, we are trying to pass a behavior, like we are passing two numbers and returning the sum of the numbers. We are trying to pass this behavior itself. So we are not thinking in the object oriented approach. So this is functional programming, and lambda expression here is helping us to achieve the same. So different type of writing lambda expressions. So first, if you see, we need not to mention the data type of the inputs which are getting passed. So second, we need not to write the curly braces if our main logic which we are going to write in the lambda is of a single line. Third, so we need not to have the brackets if we are passing only a single variable. So what we are trying to do here, we are trying to pass a integer x, and we are returning a boolean based on the condition given x divided by 5 is equal to 0. And in the fourth example, if you see, if we are not passing any arguments and we want a statement to execute, so we can write it like this. So what we are trying to do, first we are trying to write the arguments which are getting passed, if available, then the lambda operator, and then the body. So this is how the different types of writing a lambda expression. So let's move ahead. Questions on functional interfaces. So these are the basic questions which are frequently asked in the interviews on functional interfaces. So question 1, what is the significance of functional interface and notation? So answer is, it is optional and it ensures that we don't have more than one abstract method. So if you see, we have more than one abstract method and we have this annotation, so we are getting an error. So second question, can we have default and static methods in function interface? So answer is yes, we can have. You can see in the example. So let's move. So here are some questions on lambda expressions. So first question is like how to create threads using lambda expressions. So if you see, we are trying to create the thread in the given example by using the lambda expression in below way, and you can compare it with the earlier way of creating threads, and if you can see that this is a better way. Similarly, we question can be asked like how to use comparator using lambda expression. So if you see, so if we are using lambda expression in the comparator, it reduces the lines of code. It just concise the code and it becomes more readable. So let's move to some more examples. Yeah, so first is lambda expression in for each loop. So for using lambda expression in for each loop, we will write it as number, then lambda operator, then system.out.println, and then number.for, or maybe whatever logic we need to have. And the last example is lambda expression in streams. So we can use lambda expression in the streams to filter the data based on a condition. So that's it. So thank you for watching the video, and if you like the video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. So in the next video we will be talking about streams, which is also a very important topic in Java. So for now that's it. Thank you.